Hi guys, and welcome to the Sims 3 live broadcast. I'm Brittany Henry, and this is Lauren McLemore. You guys may know us as Sim Guru Britt and Sim Guru Lauren. We're really happy to come and show you guys Sims 3 University life today. As you may know, we had a little trouble with our last broadcast, so we're here to make it up today, and I really wanted to give you guys an opportunity to see the game before we go into stores next week. So, be sure we're going to answer questions at the end of the broadcast, so be sure to send your questions in through Cover It Live or tweet us at The Sims 3 using the Sims 3 LB hashtag. Alright, so, well, before we got started, actually, we wanted to show you guys, we had a lot of fun yesterday. The guys from Electric Playground came over to hang out with us here on campus. We spent a little time hanging out with them and playing Juice Pong. We got to really have a lot of fun here, kind of showing, and we won. That's the important part. We totally won. We kicked their butts. So here you go. Here's a little shot of, that's Jose from Electric Playground. Our very own Sims branded juice pong table. It was pretty awesome.
A lot of fun.
Lauren is an amazing juice pong player, by the way. She is so cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the game, and we'll start showing you guys some of the fun stuff for university life, and be sure to send in your questions. Alright, so before we really get into the gameplay for this broadcast, as you guys know, in the January broadcast, Lauren and Argus kind of came here and showed you guys the process of enrolling in university and traveling away from home, taking the aptitude test, all of that stuff. So for this broadcast, we're actually in the university world, and before we really get into the gameplay, we wanted to kind of show you guys a little bit of what the world looks like. I think is beautiful. So we want to show you a little bit of some of the fun things that you can do inside the university world. So where we're starting here, this is, we call this Makeout Point. I know a lot of you have asked about this on the forums and Twitter. This is kind of a great place to have a bonfire party or a juice keg party, maybe bring a date up here, hang out. I like this spot because it actually has the best view of town. Like, it has this gorgeous view of campus. It's a nice place maybe to come out here and bring your sketchbook and hang out and draw some inspiration. So Lauren's going to kind of move the camera around a little bit. As you can see, we've got tons of great off-campus housing options. So for people who don't want to live in the dorm, there's a lot of houses and things that you can rent that are a little further away from campus. This is our fraternity house. It's kind of cool. Sorority house. This is the sorority house. It's much cleaner than the fraternity house for some reason. I'm not sure. And then of course down the street we've got the guys in the fraternity house with their couches on the lawn, which are my favorite decor items. So of course life in the fraternities and sororities is a little different than life in a dorm or house. Parties happen there more frequently, dares will happen there more frequently. It's kind of just a cool atmosphere if you want to, explore that part of the game. But most of the action is actually concentrated around the campus. So this is one of our dorms. This is actually Henry Hall. This is my favorite dorm. And then of course right across the street is the great gym and pool facility for all of our athletes to use. And then as we go a little bit further down the street, this is Keith's Comics. This is one of our new hangout venues. This is the Nerd Hangout venue. We'll spend a little bit more time here later on in the broadcast. And then of course all starving college students need a place to go hang out and eat. This is the burger joint, and then right across from that is the movie theater. Now with university life, the movie theater actually has a few new options to different movies that you can watch and some cool new stuff that's been added to it. Then of course here, this is what I like to call Hangout Row. We've got the bowling alley, which is where our jocks like to spend time, and then the grotto, which is kind of a cool place for the rebels. The grotto is kind of neat because it has all this great patio space to hang out outside, and a lot of open wall space so that the rebels can actually graffiti the walls. I like this place to hang out. And then a little bit further down the road, there is the coffee shop, which I know a lot of you have heard about the coffee shop, and of course the new barista bar that goes with it. This is kind of a cool place for students to study and hang out, spend a little time away from campus in between classes. And of course everything is really close to campus. We wanted to make it super easy for people to get back and forth between their classes and fun places to hang out, and even their dorms. And we've spent a lot of time trying to make the campus really aspirational. Like, we wanted something that felt like this is where all the Sims want to go. And so our campus of course has a very New England feel with a lot of European influences. I think it's beautiful. I think it's the perfect blend of Ivy League and party school.
I think so too.
So let's go ahead and get right into the gameplay. For today's broadcast, we actually have two Sims, And this is Sam and Tim, and they've actually been best friends forever. They decided to go away to university together, and they actually live in Henry Hall together. So Sam is actually attending her first lecture. As you can see, the professor is actually doing a great job here of lecturing at the podium. We really wanted to bring the classroom experience out of a rabbit hole and give you some really fun things to see and do with, with your students in the classroom. As you can see, Sam, I think, is actually sleeping. She's sleeping right now. But you can participate in class and take notes or ask questions, and everything that you do within the lecture will actually affect your academic performance. And as you may know, academic performance is really what you want to work on to make sure that you've got great grades at the end of the term. Or not great grades, I guess, if you just want to sleep the whole week. That's possible too. So I think lecture is over. Yeah, everybody's getting up and getting ready to leave. Let's get out of here. So Sam's actually going to go head over to the coffee shop. And I think Tim is going to meet her over there. Maybe we'll do a little studying before our next classes or anything. So Sam is a communications major, and I think we've talked about this in some of our other blogs and things like that, but all of the majors have their own specific object. The communications major, Sam's major, actually gets the mobile radio station. The mobile radio station is really cool because you can use it to report on events that are happening around the campus. You can actually use it to conduct interviews with other Sims. Maybe you want to interview your professor, or you can even use it to run advertisements. So this is a really cool object. It's a lot of fun, and of course, since Sam is a communications major, it actually builds her academic performance while she's using it. Anybody can use these objects. Anybody, you don't have to be a fine arts major to use a sketchbook or a science and medical major to use a skeleton, but those majors do get the added bonus of it helps them with their classwork. So I think we're going to order a Wonder Petal tea, right? So before we get started studying, Lauren and Sam are going to have Wonder Petal tea. Wonder Petal is one of the new herbs that we have with University Life. Herbs is a completely new system of harvestables. You can plant these and grow them in your house, and there are tons of different options. We have lavender and chamomile and ginseng, and Wonder Petal in particular actually will boost your studying efforts. But all the other herbs there are tons of benefits from them. There's a lot of different unique things for you to try, so you should try all of them, but maybe not all at once because you can actually get herb sickness. So take it slow. And you can, besides an herbal tea, you can actually also put herbs in your food or even throw them on the bonfire, which is really funny. Like if you throw a bunch of cinnamon on the bonfire, everybody kind of starts getting a little romantic, making out around the bonfire and stuff like that, which is pretty funny. So now that we're all geared up to study, Sam and Tim are actually going to have a little study session together. And I actually really like the group study session because it's a fun way for Sims to study together and kind of chat and socialize while they're studying. I guess they're going to go find a secluded corner to study in. And of course, Sims can study in a variety of ways. So Tim here, he's got his textbook. Every major gets a unique textbook with some cool fun names. And then you can also study with your smartphone, as Tim's doing here, or even using your computer in the dorm. So there's a lot of fun ways to study, and of course studying builds your academic performance and helps you get ready for your exams at the end of the week. Are they learning? Are they done learning?
I think they're done.
Okay, so Tim's actually going to head over to Keith's Comics. We said we'd spend a little time there later. I know he looks like a rebel to me. I feel like the cast stuff we picked for him looks a little rebellish, but he's really a nerd at heart. Yeah, so he's going to go hang out with the fellow nerds at Keith's Comics. But while he's gone, now that he's away, Sam is actually going to send him a secret admirer text. Tim doesn't know it, but Sam has had a huge crush on him for a long time, and she just doesn't want to quite tell him yet. So she's going to use the new smartphone. That's a new smartphone exclusively to University Life. It has tons of great options on it. Texting is just one of those. But she's going to use it to send Tim a secret admirer text. But of course, Tim is totally oblivious. He's hanging out at the nerd shop, and he doesn't really even have a clue as to what's going on. So that this is one of our new venues. We call it Keith's Comics. The new lot type is called Nerd Shop. Nerd Shop is really great because with a register, you can actually buy and sell comics here. Of course, hang out with your fellow nerds and play video games. What is smoking?
Computer broke.
Oh. Totally distracted for a second. So I know we've talked a little bit about our social groups and nerds and various other things, but I thought we'd talk a little bit more about the specifics of our social groups. And we have a really great interface actually on the smartphone. It's a super easy way for you to kind of go in and check how you're doing with your social groups, what your social status is. It gives you some great ideas for activities that you can do to kind of, if you want to be more nerdy, you want to get in tighter with the rebels, there's some hints on things that you can do. Some cool stats that we track, which is kind of neat. I guess comic books read and online gaming hours, actually, are a couple of the ones for nerds. And then also, it's some hints here in the interface for people that you might want to meet that have similar interests to your own. And of course, being a member of a social group comes with some great benefits. Tim is actually a trivia guru, which is kind of cool. That means he's actually earned the ability to issue trivia challenges to other Sims. So he can go and prove his superior intellect and lay down a trivia challenge to anyone who dares to compete. So let's find him a victim. As you can see, Lauren is kind of mousing around on The Sims. We really wanted to make it really easy for you guys to find people who are in a social group, so that it's easy for you to say, oh, I want to meet this person and hang out with them. They're a nerd like me, or they're a rebel like I am. So we're gonna find someone. Is it Ayana? Mm-hmm. We're going to interrupt Ayana's awful dancing, and maybe it's before we actually issue the trivia challenge, though. Maybe it's a good idea to kind of break the ice a little bit, at least be a little friendly about it, and talk about comic books. So, of course, comic books are a new book type in university life. You can actually even learn to write comic books with writing and painting skill. It's pretty awesome. And, of course, you can buy and collect them from the Nerd Shop. So Tim has now started the trivia challenge. We're gonna lay down this challenge to Ayana and see if she can manage to answer the questions correctly. So far, it looks like she's doing pretty well. I'm not sure what toothbrushes have to do with anything, but maybe she can answer questions about monsters and no. Come on, Ayana, you can do it. we're gonna get through this. Oh, ants. Tim lost. She beat him in the trivia challenge. So he's taken a little bit of an ego hit. He's got a nice moodlet here that kind of tells him how he did. And of course, if he had won, he would actually have a little bit of an ego boost and been kind of happy for a while. Mm-hmm. So tomorrow is exam day, and Tim is actually, I think, blowing off class right now to hang out at the Nerd Shop. So we probably should have him study at least a little before exams tomorrow. But luckily for him, Tim is actually a technology major, which means he gets this nifty brain enhancer. With the brain enhancer, you can actually do a ton of cool things. You can study the brain, you can actually study other Sims' brains and learn things about them, like their traits and cool things about them. And you can actually even build your skills really easily and quickly with the brain enhancer. And of course, for Tim, this actually builds his academic performance, and it helps him, in some cases, even build nerd cred. That's enough studying. I think a C is okay for tomorrow. We'll be fine. So we're going to go hang out at the bowling alley for a little while. Sam and Tim are going to go spend a little time. The bowling alley is also a new lot type for Sims 3 University Life. This is a place where the jocks like to spend some time. It has a lot of cool, fun games for Sims to play, of course, with bowling lanes. And jocks are a little bit competitive, so this is kind of a place that they like to spend their time. So we're going to go grab a lane and spend a little time with Sam bowling together. I actually really like bowling because it's a fun activity for your Sims to do together. And of course you can actually get better at it. The more you bowl, the more you practice, you can get better. The bowling alley actually will host cosmic bowling nights occasionally, which get all crazy and like all the lights light up and it gets all disco-y. And you can even upgrade your bowling alley at home so that you can have cosmic bowling at your house if you'd like to. Tim did better than I expected.
You did pretty good.
That was first time luck. Gotta be first time luck. All right, let's see how Sam does. Tim doesn't look very impressed. I don't think he's really into it. Alright, Sam, let's go. They're doing really well. Wow. A lot of times when they do this, they're terrible. So they're having so much fun. I know we talked about the smartphone a little earlier. Sam is actually going to send a picture text of their event, of their evening, to kind of celebrate the fun that they're having. And of course, with the smartphone, texting is a brand new way for Sims to communicate. There are tons of different kinds of texts. You can send friendly text, insulting text. You can even send a woohooty text for that late night woohooty call. I think that's one of the favorites around the office. We like to talk about that one a lot. And of course, your Sims will also receive texts. And it seems like Tim is pretty psyched about the picture that Sam sent him. So we talked a little earlier about Sam's crush on Tim, and I think it's time. I think she's decided she's going to tell him how she feels. So, but why tell him when you can actually just show him? The brand new heat of the moment kiss is actually a great way to spice things up. And let's see. Oh man, Tim's into it. This is so exciting. So I think we're going to leave them to it, maybe kind of give them their privacy, and I don't know, they may not make it to exams tomorrow, so I guess we'll see. So that's it for this part, but it's okay. We have a little bit of a surprise planned for you guys. While Lauren's loading everything up, I'm actually going to grab a question or two. Let's see what we've got on Cover It Live. Sorry. It's not, I've got to launch Cover It Live, apparently. But don't forget to send in your questions through the Cover It Live window, or actually to tweet them using Sims3LB and the Sims3LB hashtag at Sims3. Sorry guys, it's taking a sec to load. I'm sure you've got tons of questions. It must be speeding through here. Haha! Oh look. Nope. Something happened. I don't know what happened. Okay, I'm just gonna make up a question. So somebody asked me on Twitter the other day, actually, about herbs and if there were other ways that you could actually make herbal tea. And so you don't actually have to buy them from the barista bar. You can actually have your own barista bar at home and grow your own herbs and make your own teas for yourself if you want to. I think someone else actually asked on Twitter about plant sims and hybrid babies. So, actually that's the question here. Can plant sims have hybrid babies with humans? So it's actually really interesting the way plant sims have babies. If you woohoo with another plant sim or with a human, instead of just actually having the try for baby give you a baby, it's kind of neat because it actually gives you a forbidden fruit seed. So you plant the seed, and then you actually have a chance of that seed turning into a forbidden fruit, or it can actually become a plant sim baby, which is really kind of fun. So speaking of plant sims, Lauren actually has everything loaded up here. We've got a little bit of an extra surprise for you guys to kind of make up for missing the last broadcast. We wanted to show you a little bit about plant sims today. So I know a lot of you may remember Plant Sims from Sims 2. I think this was a favorite life state for a lot of people. And of course this is the new life state with University Life. What I really love about these guys is the cast stuff is just beautiful for the Plant Sims this go around. Like, I think we did such a great job. Our cast guys did a wonderful job of making these. Plant Sims come in actually a ton of varieties. They have a lot of different looks to them, so you can kind of have a different look for 2 or 3 different Sims. And of course you can go in through the dresser and actually edit the Plant Sims yourself if you'd like to. And of course we've got the whole wide array here of our Plant Sim family. Got the little babies and little kids and mom and dad. And they're all hanging out in their house. So one of the cool things that Plant Sims actually have is they have some new socials with other Sims. There's some really fun ways to kind of socialize with other people. One of those is the flower kiss. So I know this is mom and dad, but we're going to go ahead and use it here just for simplicity's sake. And the flower kiss is actually pretty cool because it will actually cause obsession in other Sims. As you can see, he's got the obsessed buff here, which is kind of neat. And that kind of makes the other sim think about your plant sim a lot and want to get to know them more. So it's really great if you want to kind of instant boost in the romantic department. So the plant sims actually also have very different needs from normal sims. As you can see here, the hunger and bladder needs aren't really important to a plant sim, but they do have a new water need, which is really kind of cool, and they have a lot of different ways that you can solve the water need. One of those is actually absorbing puddles. This is my favorite way because it actually is cleans up all the puddles around your house. But you know, swimming or showering and things like that, those are also kind of great ways to build a water need. So I think he's feeling a little better now, right? He's doing okay. He's not so thirsty anymore. So speaking, like we talked about socials with other sims, but plant sims actually have socials with plants. So we have got our little herb garden planted here. This is actually some of the cool herbs that we've added. And so our mom plant sim is actually going to commune with plants. There are lots of ways too. There are friendly ways, but she's going to be a little mean and actually imply that the plant's mother was an acorn. And yikes, he does not like that. That plant is thinking daggers at her, quite literally. So we talked about the water need. So plant sims have a water need and an energy need. And one of the great ways that they can actually solve those needs is to photosynthesize. So she digs a little hole in the ground here. She draws some energy from the sun. She's really enjoying soaking up the water. And it's just it's a great way for plant sims to actually just build that extra energy. And you can do this anywhere, you know, so, you know, no bed required.
Yeah, no.
It's kind of awesome. Okay, so actually that is it for the Plant Sim show today. We're really excited for you guys to actually get and play with this on Tuesday yourselves. Before we actually go into questions, though, Lauren's got a few things that she's going to go over with you guys about pre-ordering the game and some cool deals that we have going on right now. So, Lauren?
Yeah. So guys, you all know that social life is a big part of our game, and we've given you 2 new party types, juice keggers and bonfires, and I know you guys are going to have a ton of fun playing with those. But we really wanted to give your Sims more so that they can throw the ultimate theme party, which is why when you pre-order the University Life, you'll get the limited edition, which comes with the Party Pack bundle. Now this bundle includes the Partius Maximus statue, which you can place in your world to help set the party mood and select the costume theme. There are 2 new costume themes, which are the Toga and Masquerade. So here's a shot of the Toga, and here's a shot of the Masquerade. I am so excited to have these Masquerade masks, and I know that my Sims are going to be throwing a ton of Masquerade themed parties. But for those of you who really want your Sims to show off their school spirit, don't worry, you're in luck. We've created a school spirit pack exclusive to orders placed on Origin.com. This content includes the baseball hat, new face paints, and even the zippy motorized scooter so your Sim can really zip around campus in style. Now talking about Origin, they're running a really great deal right now. If you order the University Life by the March 4th, you can get Seasons for 50% off.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I am so excited about this because Seasons and the weather works in University World, and it's really just beautiful to look at. Here you can see like some autumn, and you can see some snow, and I really relate to the snow. I went to the school up north, like I had to trudge through snow uphill to get to class.
Both ways.
Both ways. So it's great that my Sims can kind of have the same college experience I did if I want them to. So again, you know, make sure to order on Origin. If you do it by the 4th, you can get Seasons for 50% off, and you can get the limited edition, which has the Party Pack bundle and the School Spirit bundle. So, yeah.
Oh man, that looks beautiful. The campus, we've actually seen it in the snow, and it's just gorgeous. Like when the pond freezes over, and when you actually can make snow angels in the quad, it's so fantastic. So you guys should really try to take advantage of that Origin deal that's going on right now. So I think we're getting ready to actually take a few of your questions. Don't forget, you can send those in through Cover It Live, or you can actually tweet them to us using @TheSims3 and the Sims3LB hashtag. Just a reminder for you guys, if you're not already, you should follow SimGuru Lauren and I on Twitter. So SimGuru Lauren and SimGuru Britt. We'd be happy to try to talk to you guys outside of the broadcast and answer questions. And of course, you know, see what you think once the game launches on March 5th in North America. So actually, I'm going to grab the questions here. We've got one that's come in first. The first one that's come in here is actually, is there an option to change the look of Sim's smartphone with Create a Style? I would love to have a purple rosy skin for my smartphone. That's a great question. So actually, the phones aren't stylable, but they're really cool because they have different skins. So you can actually earn different skins by boosting your Rebel influence and your social networking skills. So watching those internet cat videos is not for nothing.
No.
You can not for nothing. Yeah, not for nothing. You can actually unlock a lot of really cool skins for your phone, and there's actually a couple of really exclusive ones. Like I think we have an exclusive Mass Effect 3 one that is pretty awesome. All right, so Lauren, this one's going to be for you. How can your sim get a scholarship?
Oh, okay. So there's lots of different things that you can do to really kind of prepare you to go to university. And you can do these, you know, not limited to any age group. Start getting ready as a teenager, young adult, elder, you know, just whenever you want to go to school. But what you can do is, based on your traits your sim has, their previous career performance, how well they did in school, just a variety of different things. When you take the sim aptitude test, all of this will come together and you can earn things like credit awards and scholarships, which is a great way to start your university experience. And you can take this aptitude test multiple times, which is great. So you can see, you know, you can do a little bit and see if you've gotten better in the test, and then you can do some more and really get to where you want to be. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to, you know, just prep for university.
It's pretty awesome. All right, one more coming in. Can your Sims receive text randomly from people not in your household? That actually, absolutely. I mean, we kind of cheated a little bit with Sam sending one to Tim in our demo just to make it easier. But yeah, you will totally, just like you receive phone calls from your friends, you can totally receive text all around from any of your friends, any of the people that you know. And of course, then your Sims actually just kind of like to fiddle with their phone in general.
Well, I do. So.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say everybody. If you look around, like in any room, half the people are fiddling with their phone. So we really want to kind of make it feel like smartphones were really, you know, true to life and how we actually interact
just
with
make
them.
it a very modern experience.
Definitely. Oh, do we have another one? Can everybody go to college? Young adults and adults?
Yep, and elders. It's great to see those elders doing some keg stands and playing juice pong. And there's usually an old guy who lives in the fraternity. At least when I play, he's always there. So, yep, it's open to everybody.
Crazy. On the new University Life expansion pack are families allowed to visit. So it's really cool actually for graduation. So when you've put in a lot of the work for your degree, you know, you've gone to school for a while and you've really worked hard, and graduation comes, you can actually invite any of your family and friends from home to come and enjoy graduation ceremony with you. So they'll come and hang out, they'll watch graduation with you, you can celebrate for a little bit before you return back home. And then, of course, you can also always invite your friends from university to come and visit you at home once you're back home and hanging out. Yeah, so you can totally invite anyone that you've met from university to come and visit you as well. How do the backpacks work? That's with 2 straps.
Yeah, 2 straps on the back.
And you carry it. No, we'll give you a serious answer. They're actually really neat. For those of you who have played with Seasons, the umbrellas work very similar with backpacks. So most Sims are actually granted a backpack in their inventory when you enroll in university. And when you're going to and from class, your Sims will actually kind of automatically carry the backpack around. Yeah. But you can choose to, you know, turn it off and on and not have to carry the backpack if you don't want to. You can actually use it for Sims that are not in university. Like if you're teens, you want to turn on the backpack for them so that they can carry it around. That's really a cool option too. And of course they're stylable.
Yes.
Which is a great thing, like a fun thing about them.
Because I don't want to look like everybody else, and my Sims don't either, so it's great that I can change the colors of each of my Sims' backpacks and really kind of stick out to their personalities and things like that. So they're a lot of fun.
Definitely. Can you change majors while at university? So once you've kind of picked your major, it's the university actually does your class schedule for you and everything for that term. So it's really difficult to actually change your major while you're at university. But if you just absolutely hate that business major and you just can't take class for another day, you can always drop out. Dropping out has little consequences, like you don't get your money back. But you can always drop out and then change majors and come back for, you know, fine arts or something else.
And if you love it so much, just keep coming back. You can get every major. So
yeah, that's true. I mean, if you want to just stick with, you know, your business major and then do fine arts after that, you can go through all 6 of them if you're really ambitious. What kind of majors can we expect?
Let's see if we can get them together. So there's 6. So
We always skip one.
We always skip one. So there's business, communications, fine arts, technology, science and medicine, and
Physical education.
Physical education. Okay, got 6.
For some reason, those phys ed majors, like I'm so bad about forgetting them.
Yeah, they're sneaky. It's
because they spend all their time hanging out at the stadium. That's what it is. How long do you stay in college? Okay, so that's a really great one. Thank you. We've talked about this one a lot, actually, and we were even actually just talking about it within our group yesterday about how this is so, it's kind of gotten difficult to explain. So when you actually enroll, you can pick to stay for 1 term or 2 terms. And a term actually equals a sim week. So you enroll and you can stay for, for 1 week and then go home, or you can stay for a week, hang out over the weekend with some of your friends and do, fun things on campus, and then do another week of classes before you actually return home. And staying for 2 weeks, actually, we take into account the fact that you're going to be at university longer, so you actually get more credits for being there for the 2-week time period. Then, of course, you can come back home, have a little downtime, hang out with the family, and then maybe spend some time regrouping and getting detoxed from all the juice, and then you can always enroll back in university again.
Yeah, and it really it depends on how much your sim wants to do. Like if they want to be a hardcore student, you can get through university faster. You have to get 48 credits is I think the end game. You got to get 48 credits to graduate. So if you want to just study hard and get through it, you can get through it faster. And if you really want to take it easy, maybe party a little bit more, then it's going to take your sim a little bit longer to go through university.
I'm one of those 8-week university people myself. The minimum amount of classes I can possibly take. I think that's my goal. Are we going to be able to raise our class performance by dating the professor? So you can actually ask the professor for extra credit. You can build up a good relationship with them by sucking up to the professor in class. Dating doesn't necessarily have to be a part of that. You can just build up your relationship and spend some time schmoozing the professor. But you can certainly date the professor if you want to.
Yeah, flirt away.
Can't hurt, right? Are there any new traits?
There are new traits. There are 3 new traits. They're all really cool. One is avant-garde. So
that's my favorite.
And it fits really well if you want to be more of the rebel, throwing some street art on walls. We also have the irresistible trait. These people are hot stuff and they know it basically. And then we have the socially awkward, which is probably one of my new favorite traits. I mean, I think we can all kind of relate to being kind of awkward. And it's great, they just don't always know what to do in social situations. But, so it's great storytelling and, it's true to life. So it's great to have another trait like that.
What happens when you get a Wahooty call? So I've actually never gotten a Wahooty call, but I know what happens when you give one. So maybe I'll answer that part of the question. How about that? So when you give a Wahooty call, based on your relationship with the other sim, they can choose to ignore you if they want to. But they will actually either be available, just kind of like if you ask them to come over and hang out. They'll be like, yeah, I can come over in a little bit. And, of course, when they come over in a little bit, they find the closest woohooing
spot and get to it.
For some reason, I'm blushing. Can your parents visit? So this is similar to kind of what we talked about with visitors, during the term. You actually don't... You want to focus on your university experience, and you really want to kind of focus on your grades and going to class and making friends. So visiting during the term is a little rough, but of course when you graduate, your family and friends can come to visit, and they can come hang out with you and enjoy the graduation celebration. And if you're really homesick, you can spend a little time between terms at home hanging out with the family and spending some time with them before you go back to university. Are there new Lifetime Achievement Awards? Yeah, sorry. Yes, there. It took me a second. Yes, there are new Lifetime Achievement Awards. One of the great ones actually is I don't know if you want to do this or not, but if you just want to completely skip the whole academic experience, you can actually just earn an honorary degree from the university, and that's a new Lifetime Achievement Award. So, you know, if you don't, you know, you just want to be an honorary business degree holder, then you can totally do that.
Yeah, and I think going back and getting multiple degrees is also another new lifetime achievement.
Oh yeah, that's a lifetime happiness wish. Yeah, that's a wish. So, you know, going and doing multiple degrees is a great way to actually give you lifetime happiness points, and then you can buy another degree if you want to. It's like buying a vowel. Can I buy a vowel?
Yeah, can I get a consonant?
Yeah. Do the Sims left at home continue to age while your Sim is off to college? Do you want this one?
Sure. They actually don't age while your Sim is away at college because, you know, we really wanted to let you experiment with college, go back as much as you wanted to, and if you wanted to take longer to go through university, we didn't want you to start off as a young adult and then get done and you're an elder, you know, and so it was just, we wanted to like just pause it so that you could really fully experience university and then fully experience life back at home. So that's why we made that decision.
It's a little, it's easier consequences, you know? It's not like I'm gonna go away to university and come back and my kid is now grown up. Like,
yeah.
You know, it makes life easier that way. Will there be child and teen plant sims at university life, or will they jump in age from toddler to young adult? No jumping in age, actually. So child and teen plant sims don't actually hang out in the university world because obviously there's not a lot of stuff for kids to do in university world while you're on campus. But in your home worlds, you can actually spend some time you know, making a plant sim family, and you actually go through all the ages. So like we said before, you can actually plant that forbidden fruit seed, have your little toddler plant sim baby, and then of course they can age up through the awkward plant sim child and teen phases, and then the plant sim abilities don't really kick in until like you get a little older, just because it's easier. You know, I guess plant sim kids are a little bit more resilient, so they don't really necessarily have to have as much water and photosynthesis and stuff as the adults. So yeah, whole plant sim family. You can have the whole array, everybody hanging out together. Elder plant sims are actually kind of fun. I think they're kind of neat. If you skip classes, will you get into trouble? So skipping classes, you don't actually get into immediate trouble, but of course your grades will fall.
You'll suffer.
And you know your professor will kind of notice if you're slacking off and things like that. And if your grades get too low, you know, if you fail for the term, then you could actually even lose any scholarships or things you might have earned, you know, before you enrolled. So, you know, it does have consequences. It's not so much like, it's kind of like real life. If you skip class, I don't think your professor's not necessarily going to stand over there and shake a finger at you, but you know, you're going to suffer because you didn't spend time in class learning the material.
And guys, so I think that's about maybe all the time for questions we have. Just one more?
Oh, one more. Okay, well, one more question. So can you briefly explain how roommates and rent works? Man, you saved the tough one for last.
Take it, Brittany.
Yes, I will briefly. I'm not good at briefly explaining anything. Have you guys not figured that out yet? So roommates are actually really, really cool. If you have a house in Sunset Valley and you actually want to advertise for roommates, you can actually advertise for them through the phone. And the roommates, based on the value of your lot, the roommates will actually pay you rent. So, you know, if you've got a big lot with tons of objects and stuff on it and they're really getting like a nice experience of living on this lot with you, they'll pay you more than if you have, you know, a one-room shack and you're making them nap on the couch, basically. And then, of course, you can build apartments. Apartments are a new lot type for your home worlds with university life. When you build an apartment, you actually are the one paying rent, so it will fill with roommates to kind of hang out with you, and everyone pays rent to, I like to pretend it's like a mysterious landlord that I never meet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm paying rent to somebody. I'm sure they're enjoying it. Okay, so that's it for questions for today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Don't forget, we've got the Great Origins promo going on right now. If you order, sorry, you know this better than I do.
So if you order on Origin the University Life by the 4th, you can get Seasons for 50% off. And I really recommend doing it because Seasons is great on its own, and then again, the weather and seasons within University is such a nice visual effect. So.
And quick reminder as well. Actually, we've got the Inspiring Creativity contest. We had a ton of entries.
Amazing.
Thank you guys so much. We had so much fun reading through everything, and seeing your great screenshots and hearing what The Sims has meant to you. It was really, really inspiring for us. So thank you, everyone. We actually have our finalists up on the Sims website. So go and visit the Sims website and actually vote for your favorite entry. Your vote's really important. Voting is still open for right now, so please go and check that out. Of course, we've got some great prizes for those who win, so we're really excited, and we hope that everybody else is really excited too. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
We've really, really enjoyed hanging out with you today. Don't forget, the game comes out in North America on Tuesday, later in the week for all the other countries, and we can't wait to see what you think.